I like Charlie Kirk. I've watched some of his videos. I wasn't someone who followed Charlie Kirk quite often. I have seen him on Instagram Reels. I have agreed with most of his things. I can't say I agree with everything because I don't know. I haven't heard everything. That's the only thing. But what I have heard, I have agreed with. It is quite a pity. It is quite a pity. And it shows, as I mentioned previously, how the world has gone cold. You mentioned that a lot of people actually weren't happy. But the truth is there's a lot of videos, a lot of people from the LGBT community, people also in the crowd, videos being taken, people actually have cheered and they were glad. It's been on the news where even the people speaking on the news were sickened by it. You know, the man there who his wife and kids were right in the front rows and dying in front of his wife and kids. You can imagine the heartbreak for the wife and for the kids, you know,
Mm.
and then as you see in the background, there's people cheering on regardless of his views and regardless of what he believed in, just speaking without even being a Christian or whatever else, regardless of his views, I believe it's very sickening and disgusting to be full of joy, to jump up in the air while the wife and the kids are crying. You know, this is a massive loss. Only we can only imagine the pain of seeing your loved one who you built a life with. You know, the children, their own father, you know, the innocence of a child, seeing your dad completely, you know, dead on stage. It's something that should never be jumped up with pride about and gladness. And if you look on YouTube and Instagram reels, everyone was full of the people who are part of that community were very glad. And that just shows me it's very heartbreaking for them and very disgusting on their part personally. But as a Christian, the biggest thing for us Christians is that we know that there is another life. We do know that our spirits, our spiritual being inside of us, because we are made of a spirit, soul, and a body. The body will die eventually, but as our joy as Christians is knowing that He is with the Lord. You know that even though sadly on this earth we won't see Him ever again, and His wife knows that, and His kids know that, but we do know that will see Him again, and for eternity. For me personally, looking at Charlie's life, looking at what he did, and what he accomplished, is that he was definitely a man who loved the Lord. Someone who dedicated that much to his name clearly had to have love involved, and clearly had to have a relationship with Him. So, from my personal viewing, is I can see he was truly with the Lord at that moment, and I do believe that he is with the Lord. So that is our biggest joy, you know, for us as Christians. But in general, though, it is upsetting. It is a very upsetting situation.